the biggest mercenary in football. That is how Martin Keown has cast Alexis Sanchez, who is set to complete a remarkable move from Arsenal to Manchester United. In fairness to Keown, the deal is staggering, and not just in terms of the figures. Standard Sport understands that United are set to pay the 29-year-old forward £350,000 a week as a base salary, with further bonuses on top to sweeten a move that has made many an Arsenal supporter sick to the stomachs. The frustration of the Gunners fanbase comes not just from once again losing one of the top players to United, as Robin van Persie so painfully left for Old Trafford in 2012. Van Persie won the 2012-13 title under Sir Alex Ferguson Man United via Getty Images. What really grates is that Sanchez's exit can no longer be explained away by him simply leaving for the best team in the Premier League. Losing Sanchez to Manchester City and Pep Guardiola had become the equivalent of interest from Barcelona or Real Madrid. There are just some deals you cannot prevent, as United found out with Cristiano Ronaldo. But Sanchez snubbing City for United, and for Jose Mourinho, of all managers, means the deal is all about the money, according to Keown. Sanchez is the biggest mercenary in football. Keown: true, Sanchez would more than likely end the 2017-18 season as a Premier League champion for the first time in his career had he opted for City. But his relationship with Guardiola has been overplayed. Sanchez signed for Pep's Barcelona from Udinese in 2011, though even the Catalan coach admits that he didn't help him too much by playing the Chilean out wide to accommodate the likes of Lionel Messi. And there are question marks as to where Sanchez will fit into Mourinho's team, with Anthony Martial, Marcus Rashford, Juan Mata and Jesse Lingard being touted as potential losers from United's big deal. Martial and Lingard have fought to become regular starters for Mourinho, while the manager has leapt to the defense of Romelu Lukaku multiple times, even so far as criticizing the Old Trafford fans for the treatment of the striker. Jose Mourinho on potential Alexis Sanchez signing, but the simple fact of the matter is that a player of Sanchez's caliber will immediately improve a squad that, for all its promise, still lacks a killer edge. Sanchez will walk into the starting 11 and Mourinho will mould his squad accordingly around both Paul Pogba in midfield and the 29-year-old ahead of him, an easier task than it seems, due to Sanchez's adaptability. Sanchez may well occupy the number 10 role as a nominal starting position with Martial and Lingard out wide. But the presence of Luke Shaw and Antonio Valencia on the flanks, coupled with Nemanja Matic sitting deep, will allow the trio to drift in behind Lukaku at will. Guardiola himself said of Sanchez in December 2016, he can play up front and in several positions, left, right. He is a fighter in spirit, he is a character, a winner, a class player. And while Mourinho's public backing of Lukaku appears genuine, the coach will privately be thankful he can now call upon a fit, top-class forward who relishes the big games in which his current number 9 so often struggles. The deal is not without its pitfalls, of course. United hired Mourinho well aware of the baggage he carries, and presumably keeps locked away at the Lowry, and it is no different with Sanchez. Arsenal players want Alexis Sanchez. Saga resolved. The Chilean's public mood swings and ball-hogging tendencies left him with little goodwill from his soon-to-be ex-teammates, who have grown weary of being bit-part members of the Sanchez show at the Emirates. If the little boy inside Van Persie screamed for United, then Sanchez has done his best impression of a child hollering for a move to either Manchester club for nearly a year now. Wenger knows the pain of losing a top forward to United. Getty. But while Sanchez has been pining for top honours, United have been calling out for a player of his status for far too long. Following Ronaldo's exit in 2008, the roll call of United's number 7s makes for grim reading. Michael Owen, Angel Di Maria and Memphis Depay have all struggled to make an impact in the famous jersey, while Antonio Valencia, a personality as far removed from George Best as possible, bore the pressure for a season before shifting back to number 25 and thriving once again. In Sanchez, United will have not just a player whose talent measures up to the shirt, but also the bulletproof confidence necessary for when teammates look to the number 7 for inspiration. When Ronaldo moved to Madrid, Real's set-up and sheer quality allowed the Portuguese to become the most ruthless finisher in world football. Ronaldo has become a multiple Ballon d'Or winner in Madrid. AFP Getty Images United are clearly nowhere near the level of Madrid in the last decade, but Sanchez will finally have a reliable midfield, allowing him to focus on attacking duties in the same manner as Ronaldo did. Sanchez will also delight in playing with the likes of Martial, Lingard and Pogba, who love to play quick reverse passes in and around the opposition penalty area. There are definite weaknesses to Sanchez's game for United to be wary of. Like Wayne Rooney before him, when things start to go wrong he drops deep and tries to do everything himself, a byproduct of his self-belief. Sanchez gave the ball away 34 times in Arsenal's 3-1 home defeat by United in December, and 32 times a week later against Southampton. Those type of stats will make United fans shudder after Di Maria's ill-fated spell in Manchester, and it is unlikely that Mourinho will be able to coach anything out of a 29-year-old Sanchez game at this stage of his career. Di Maria endured an unsuccessful spell at Old Trafford, but even at the infuriating heights of his profligacy, Sanchez is still a game-changer. In a more efficient team, he can focus on what he does best, and perhaps make United dark horses for this year's Champions League trophy. And for all the cynicism surrounding the financial side of the move, United are in a unique position to take big risks in a bloated market, and have a surprise supporter in Arsène Wenger. The Arsenal boss made a slightly crude barb earlier this season that City are run by petrol and ideas compared to the bare ideas of his invincible side. Wenger made a subtler dig at City this week by saying he respects for the Red Devils because they generate the money they pay to the players from their own resources. Wenger in swipe at Man City petrol money in Invincibles comparison. It will certainly not have escaped Ed Woodward and the Glazers that they will now have an extremely marketable number 7 in an expanding South American market, whose shirt sales only recently dipped when it became clear his future could lie away from Arsenal. Age is not on Sanchez's side, and goes against the usual profile of a United signing given he will have limited sell-on value. But the forward will also have a much-needed summer off after Chile failed to reach the World Cup finals, and keeps himself in peak condition, sharing a trait with Ronaldo in wanting to show off his abs at every possible opportunity. It is no shock that for Sanchez, it has always been about him. But it is perhaps for that exact reason why he has opted for United over City. Sanchez and Arsenal were beaten 3-1 at home by United this season. Getty Images. The Chilean would have been a fond footnote in a season that City fans hope will deliver at least a double, or perhaps even, whisper it, an unprecedented quadruple. But Sanchez is taking on a tougher personal challenge by following in the footsteps on Best, Cantona and Ronaldo, as a Manchester United number 7 tasked with re-establishing the Red Devils as the dominant force in England. And the money helps too.